Be a tough one. Luckily he didn't go in the mid-season draft like many predicted, so they still get him for the rest of the year, but not this week with a toe injury. So it will be Harry Boyd in the guts there, taking the main ruck role today against Jack Hanneth, who is one of the best as well, number 4 for hit-outs in the competition, averaging 23 a game. So this is going to be a fun one to watch here at the parade. SANFL Digital Pass, you can see it all, and we're going to see it from the get-go here. Glenelg and Norwood. It's 5th versus 1st. And the Bays will look to go 9-0 if they can. Boyd gets the first tap, finds Greg, lands in his lap, gets a little boot to it. Chasing after well, Bradley got knocked over. Umpire says he was held though as he went for it. So free kick straight away to the Bays. I'll get the first clearance of the game. Heading toward Motlopper half forward, coming through well was Reynolds. As he straightens it up to the hot spot. Looking for Bailey. Tackled well and away they go out the back through Carroll. Toward Puopolo on the wing, falls over his head. Agnew has to run through his player in order to get to the footy. Smothered well off the foot of Bradley. And now Shenton out the back to Binder. Tackled well was Collins, came to ground. Umpire again finds a holding the man free kick and is play on advantage. Shenton inside 50 here for Norwood, first time today, holding on. Not quite, it was both a shared job of holding the jumper as it goes over the boundary line on the 50 paint where it meets the boundary.
It's great pressure there from Puopolo with a big smother on the wing. It looks like Agnew's his matchup today. Agnew obviously can play on ball, but looks to have a lockdown job on the former Hawthorn champion in Puopolo.
It's definitely a tough battle, but it's going to be fun. He's only kicked 1 goal in the last 5 games, Puopolo, so interesting to see how he goes about it. Yates applies a good tackle. Little handball out to Richards, who's into the side today. Bomb into the pocket, 2-on-1. Glenelg, no one wanted for it, as it goes back over the boundary line with a bit of extra pressure from Douglas applied. Another throw in a little closer to the goal here for the Redlegs.
It's a big job for the debutant in Binder today for Norwood. Looks to be playing up front at full forward with Boyd going into the ruck. It's really important to him to nullify Glenelg's intercept marks.
Hanneth, good tap down to the ground though. Tackled is Puopolo, managed to get a handball away just in time. Turner's wrapped up, he's sent to holding the ball time. Good work from Hamilton. And we're going to get a free kick here. It's going to go to Nunn, who's going to set shot back after an injury as well. Had a hamstring issue the last couple of weeks, but he'll be happy to be back in the side, and he'd love to get his team off to a start with a goal here.
Absolutely, really good pressure there from the captain. Obviously did his hamstring in that state game a few weeks ago, which he would have been really disappointed with, but a great chance for him here.
Sets up from about 30 out. It's a shocker. It's going to float toward the pocket. Plenty fly. Douglas got the one off the hands, comes straight to ground. Tough tackle, and we'll have another ball up in the pocket here. So Norwood just holding it inside 50 for the last couple of minutes. Ruck goes up and down at the back there. Got a little kick to it. And Snook falls to ground, couple dive on it. And Greg, in fact Puopolo, just diving on top again. And a little clearing kick from Turner. A little worm burner off the foot here. Is it going to go out of bounds on the full? Just stays in, luckily. Bailey goes after it his last touch, so he'll just claim a free kick.
Norwood have been able to generate a spare here. They've got 2 guys back behind the ball, which is crucial to them to try to play this front half game of football and get front half centre turnovers. Goes
right along the boundary line to McBean as it goes out of bounds once again. Another throw in.
Looks like Talia's got that match up on McBean, which is really no surprises.
Well, that definitely isn't a surprise, is it? Because Talia's come back into this team to help the defence, which was a little woeful last week against the Eagles, and they need that height. And against McBean, he's one of the stars of the comp. Hanneth, Snook, just bombs it, puts it on the boot, flies very, very high. McBean's under it again, misses out on the mark. Good defence by Talia. And again, rolls toward the boundary line. Not quite over this time. Good hand pass out. Now Bailey just dumps it on the boot, finds Motlop over the back. Mark has been paid. We're at 60 out from goal here. Heading toward the southern end. Kick toward the pocket. And well read in the end by Carroll.
A really good play there from Carroll. Running back, it's a tricky one, but did well to keep the head up and take a strong mark.
Under a bit of pressure too. Heads toward Boyd. Hanneth on him. As again, this one rolls out of bounds. And we will have a throw in off the hands during that contest between the 2 ruckmen by the looks.
That Talia and McBean matchup's going to be interesting. I think Talia is a really good matchup for him. He'll be able to use his strength to his advantage in their marking contest. I think he's an incredibly similar player to his brother, obviously, Daniel Talia. It's crazy how similar they are.
Agnew, little handball at the back here to Curran. who just has to go backwards to go forward. Dumps a little snap kick around. Finds Yates. He's brought down by Grigg. Really well done. Nunn tries to strip a tackle. Don't think that's going to be successful. They're asking for a free. Ends up being no advantage paid. So anyway, big kick toward half forward here for Norwood. Overrunning it there was Proud. Coming down Virgin. Little hand pass out. Bradley and back to Proud. Good piece of play here from Glenelg, and they're away through the middle. Snook can go inboard. It's a one-on-one to the top of the square. McBean, can he beat Talia? So far, Talia's beaten him at 3 contests now, Jared.
Yeah, once again, that was really good body work. That's how Talia plays. That's how him and his brother both play. They want to get physicality. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some free kicks given away, because when you make some contact on McBean, he makes the umpire really put a lot of pressure on him to give the free kick.
It's a great mark taken by Bradley. It's going to be a great contest, as you said, off the top, because, as you said, physicality, making him earn it. That's a great mark from Jack Yates. And about 45 out here. It's going to take a fair kick.
Yeah, it was a super strong mark there from Bradley. He's not overly tall in stature, but he gets over. He's got a strong pair of hands, and on half back as well, he's really clean with his hands there to release Proud, which got Glenelg that inside 50. So he's been a great player for a long time, Bradley, and showing his class early in this game.
Just his second game for the season here, Yates. Played last week, and now he gets a chance to get his second goal for the season. Lines up pretty much straight in front. That's one, not a straight kick at all. As it sprays across the face, we get our first score of the day. Glenelg in front by a point.
Brad McKenzie taking the kick out here. I played with Brad in the under-18s for Sturton. I've always said he's the best kicker of the football I've ever played with, I reckon.
Wow.
So watch him turn this over now.
That's a great endorsement, but of course the commentator's curse is real. Yeah. So he does play on, forced to get it out of there pretty quick. Sharp kick, as you said, just backing that up nicely. Straight to Gerloff onto his chest. Bauer. Quick kick toward the wing. Good take by Roker. First touch of the footy today. And some good defence work here by Glenelg, just holding it up in play. Oh, is it play on? Not quite. Ooh. No. Almost an infringement there by Turner. So McKenzie with it. Kick out toward the far wing. Carroll takes a bounce with both hands on the ground like it's a wet day, but it's quite dry. He does it twice. Does he not back himself with the hand? Anyway, goes inside 50. Big fly from Proud in front. Comes straight to ground. Umpire says, I'll have it.
I reckon Norwood missed a real opportunity there. Rokar took a mark centre of the ground. It's a short over where he's got to release a handball and go quick. It's not many times you're going to be able to attack the last line here against this Glenelg side, and that was an opportunity missed for mine.
Ball does a bit of good work. Richards around the corner. Proud finds a way to just grab that about a few centimetres off the ground with his little fingers on the last line of defence. Now Newman in the back pocket, just unloads. Comes out toward the broadcast wing. Pink's under it, but so is Boyd. Doesn't quite claim it in time. Hurd, really well corralled by Motlop as we go over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in right in front of us in the calling position at Norwood Oval.
There's a big boy, is Boyd, and he's going to be up against it today against Hanneth, but seems to have started pretty well. Obviously undersized with height, but similar weight class, I reckon.
Yates wrapped up immediately, found a way to get boot the ball. McKenzie, little handball out to Bailey. He's wrapped up by 3 players. Well done by Bauer. So fantastic contest early. Already 8 minutes into the first quarter. Just the 1 point on the board for the Bays. Foul kick from Rokar. Ends up being a floater from Boyd. Punched away. Nelligan gets a little grubber inside 50 to Shenton, who's dragged off the footy and will earn a free kick. Home team very happy with that result because he went after it one-on-one and found a way to win it.
Yeah, he did. He's such a versatile player, is Shenton. Play at either end of the ground, can play on ball, on a wing. And coming out of the goal square by the looks of it today, obviously, like I said, with Noel being out, Boyd's had to go and probably ruck a little bit more than what he has been in the past. So Shenton to go forward, he's such a dangerous player, and Proud just got a little bit nervous there and held on.
He's going to be a key player today. Just kicked the one behind against Glenelg in the 2 games last season, but has kicked 10 goals in the last 5 games this season, so he's on fire. The kick isn't great, though. Don't back him up on that as it goes out of bounds off the hands. Another throw-in, so plenty of boundary line work being done by the umpires early doors here as we approach 9 minutes first term.
Once again, Norwood have got a spare behind the ball here, looking to really lock this ball inside their forward 50.
Coming in to do ruck work was Ball. Knocked off it. Straight away, too high free kick going the Bays' way. It's going to go to Agnew, who quickly goes in front of goal toward Allen. He plays on quickly. The switch is on. Away go the Bays. Lant all on his own. Shenson's going to have to do a bit of chasing. Gets the kick away. Motlop will have to do some running after this. Does well to avoid the player. It's along the ground though. It goes straight off the bounce of the chest of McBean and out of bounds. Talia keeping really tight contact on him today, not letting him out of his sights.
I'm not sure if McBean would be too happy with that kick from Motlop. He's tried to hit a snap on the run. I think just a little drop pump probably would have found the chest of the leading full forward, but nevertheless, really good play from Glenelg, one end of the ground to the other, and now they have their own forward 50 stoppage.
You see a strong Glenelg cohort have turned out in the crowd in that pocket there. Good to see. McBean, handball out, looking for Partington, but Douglas did the turnover work. Kicks out toward the boundary line, running back with it well was Curran. Now he just stops and assesses what's in front of him. Not a whole lot of movement. So decides to play on, gives himself a bit of space. Little kick inside 50 is pretty short. It's come off the hands in the end. He rolls toward the goal square. Carroll does well and just tries to escape with a big kick. Flying at the back was Curran. Little handball from Palopolo was astray. Agnew takes on the player. Comes to ground with a big tackle by two Norwood players. We'll have a ball up on the 50 here for the Bays.
It's been a tight first 10 minutes in this game. Obviously only 1 point on the board for either side. Both teams really fighting it out, sort of seeing each other out here.
Hannah, little tap, finds Grigg. He picks it up off the ground. Didn't possess of it probably. Doesn't matter. Boyd got the kick away. Clearing footy toward Curran on the boundary line yet again. Keeping it in. I said it was Agnew and what looks like Newman out there will keep it right along the boundary line now. Throw in.
I think the tight start's probably to do with the amount of stoppages there has been and the way that both sides can sort of set up behind the ball and get free players. Obviously we know how well Glenelg set up behind the ball with Curran and Proud and Durden, all extremely experienced players.
Boyd finds a way to push Hanneth out of the ruck. That was good, but the kick wasn't so flash. Martini and Agnew in there for the Bays. Martini goes in a second time and then pulled in once again. Yet another ball up. Like you said, we've had 11 minutes of play and hardly any free passages.
It's been very tight and scrappy. Not sure who that's going to play into, whose favour, but I suppose we'll see as this game continues.
Nelligan, just a clearing kick, goes up towards Shenton. He picks it up eventually. Little handball back to Nelligan, straight where it came from. Grigg, it's free kick found, in fact, for holding on the footy. So free kick will go back to where it started with Nelligan.
It's interesting there from Kula, sorry to interrupt.
Right.
He got suspended for a similar tackle 3 weeks ago. This is his first game back on the back of it, and he's gone the exact same technique straight away. He's obviously very physical and very competitive, and he has to be careful. He doesn't want to knock another person out and get another suspension.
High flying ball. Could this be a scoring opportunity? It won't be. Curran cuts it off really well. One of the top three, in fact, the number one player for marks in the entire competition after round 8. So he just adds to that. Martini, nice little dummy, but the kick wasn't flash. Right along the boundary line here, goes out of bounds. Bradley couldn't keep it in here for the Bays. So score check, one behind only on the board at this stage after we played 13 minutes in the first quarter. Glenelg leading the Redlegs here at the parade.
Looks like the debutant Binder's doing a bit of ruck work here as well.
Yeah, tough job. Wonder if that's a natural thing for him. Partington yet to really get into this game. Straight down the throat of Talia, who has really won this first quarter against McBean quite comprehensively.
Hasn't been much great service for McBean so far, but Talia has been strong and held up really well there.
Gerloff, strong hands. I'll claim that. Umpire says it was a mark. Curran just beaten on that occasion. Hasn't been beaten many times today, but on this one, Gerloff will get a shot at goal.
Yeah, he hasn't, and that's a really good, strong mark from Gerloff. It's a good matchup, I think. Gerloff is a very strong body and pretty good overhead. It's just about him nullifying Curran to not take them intercept marks, but the more he can take, the better for Norwood, obviously. So this is a big moment for trying to get Norwood on the board for Gerloff. Sets
up. It's going to be a 50-metre kick right on the paint. Is it a bit skewed? It isn't. It's good. First goal of the game goes to the Redlegs, and Gerloff has it.
Watch the Redlegs play every game live, anywhere, anytime, with the SANFL Digital Pass. Get yours at sanfldigitalpass.com.au.
A really important goal there for Norwood. Gerloff, it wasn't the greatest kick off the boot. I'm saying that's a big left to right bender. Big right arm over the wicket, seams down, cutting in, and it's just got in. A big moment, and that's really huge for Norwood.
Someone's been shining that kookaburra pretty well because that did a lot of hooping.
Yeah.
Thought it looked like a shank off the boot, but it did the job. Nonetheless, they're in front by 5. First term, almost 15 minutes gone. And Binder back into the ruck yet again against Hanneth. But Snook's the one with it. Little hand pass out the back. Again, going backwards to go forward. Turner finding Lant, who goes all the way to half back, finds Virgin. Had a good game last week against the Crows. Kick from Curran up toward the half forward line. Hands on it there from Collins. I said play on here, so the handball goes backwards. Yates will kick to behind, the opening score for the Bays. Rolls inside 50. Reynolds couldn't take it cleanly. Turned a little tap. Goes toward the back where Collins lives. And him right on the boundary line gets a smothered kick out of bounds. So the Bays will hold it inside 50 for a throw-in.
Yeah, good play there from Glenelg. Norwood's pressure's right up though. Lots of handballs from Glenelg there, and that was in the back of Norwood's pressure. And they did Glenelg good enough to get it out, but yeah, really good start here from Norwood.
Tosses it in. McBean does a bit of ruck work there. Tried to get it to Motlop. Snook found he had some time. Yates hands it off. Turner, little bouncing ball as it goes out of bounds. Last touch means free kick Norwood's way.
Looks like Shenton's really isolating himself deep here on Proud. Normally most players would be up. He's right deep, almost inside 50 for Norwood here.
Taking a hanger, not quite. Binder in front, but Puopolo went high.
What a jump that was, far out.
It would have been remarkable, but somehow Binder took the mark at the very front of the pack.
Just floating in front.
Bizarre situation. Ball uses his body. Trying to get behind the footy. Ends up with Hamilton's hands. There's Puopolo again. Great handball over to Nunn. He's got some players there, including Douglas, who'll have to run under a kick. Is at the distance. Doesn't matter. Yates does some body work. Pushes him out. Umpire says too high.
Smart play there from Douglas. He knew where the pressure was coming from. Wanted to protect the ball. He didn't take the mark, but didn't have to draw the free kick. And I'm not sure there's much wind out here today, but I think the wind should really be suiting this arc. If we can aim at that right post, I think should be every chance. I'm not sure if he's setting this up though, or...
Well, it looks like he might be right at the top of the square. Big fist applied. Shenton tries to crumb a little bit of footy. Oh, now Cooler's taken on the tackler, but it's been given too high. Puopolo's tackle not quite good enough. So they're lucky there, the Bays. They'll get away with it. Allen, though, spills an easy chance. He has to apply a tackle just to get the pressure back on the Redlegs here, who have found some easy chances here. Another ball up, right on the 50. Bit of ruck work done. Came straight to ground, though. No one winning it cleanly. Douglas trying to scrap it out of the pack. Out the back, Rokar found a way to get hands to it. Binder tackled after a second attempt. And now here we go. Transfer for goal. 2 in a row for the Redlegs.
Watch the Bays play every game live, anywhere, anytime, with the SANFL Digital Pass. Get yours at sanfldigitalpass.com.au.
Great play there from the debutant in Binder, being able to get the handball out under a lot of pressure and found Xavier Tramford, the 19-year-old, just his 5th game. A really good finish, and all of a sudden this is a really good start here for Norwood. It's been a contested and tight start, but they seem to be the ones who have just been a bit more efficient inside 50 at the moment.
So 2 early goals here for Norwood. They'll be really impressed with that. After such a tough start. Ball comes up, Boyd. Little handball out the back. And they go forward again through McKenzie. Good mark almost taken there, just dropped by Durden. Martini tried to apply a little tackle. There's Hamilton. Scrubber kick to full forward. Umpire says play on. Hamilton again on the second effort. Will it bounce through? It won't. It'll go through from behind. So they're really peppering the goals now here, Norwood. 2 goals, 1 plays, 1 behind.
Yeah, you back Hamilton in there more often than not. I just want to point out a couple of the Glenelg stars in Partington and Matt Allen. They've only had 3 touches between them so far, so they're obviously their prime movers, and they've started this game relatively quietly as Partington's about to get his third disposal.
It's hard to keep a star out of the game, but at the moment they're doing the job. Curran will kick up. Oh, and quick pass off to Snook. He's caught holding the ball. Douglas, that's really, really impressive work. Just stayed with his man. So earns a free kick at half back. Just about 20 minutes gone in the first quarter. So Redlegs by 2 goals. This is exactly how they started the game last week against Woodville West Torrens away from home. And they want to continue as the ball comes flying forward once again. Handball goes ahead of Shenton, who's going to have to grab it on the bounce. He has a pretty easy look at goal here, and he's missed. The easiest opportunity for Norwood today, and they've missed out.
Yeah, that's a bad miss there from Shenton. Normally so good. He's known for them running shots on goal, whether he's running off half-back or a wing or playing up front today. That's a bad miss. That's his second missed shot on goal already, and for someone who's such a great kick on goal, he'll be very flat with that effort.
Big flying ball from Curran toward the wing. McBean has had to come up the ground a fair bit so far today. That tackle, did he dispose of it properly? Doesn't matter in the end because it's called play on. Carroll brings down another player for the Bays, and we'll have a ball up.
I suppose coming to today, we didn't know which Norwood were going to rock up, but it's certainly the Norwood with a lot of intensity around the ball. It's been a great start.
Certainly has been. Pink does a bit of ruck work. Cooler couldn't hold on to Rokart. He's up out the far wing now. Little kick around the body toward Turner. He's held well. Handball backwards. And now they go inboard to the top of the square. Reynolds misses out on a chance. It was a good marking attempt. Turner finds the crumbs on the outside of his boot. Can he kick this one? Stopped by Grigg right on the last line. Bradley corralling. They have to force it over for a rush behind. So a second score on the board for Glenelg, but it's only 2 behinds.
Just as I mentioned, Partington being quiet, he's had a couple of important touches here. He's a superstar of the competition, averaging 28 disposals a game. He'll definitely be right in the thick of it as this game continues.
Grigg, not his best kick at all. Little tap on from Boyd. Tackled well, plays on. Rokar was caught with it as well. This time it's holding the man. So it'll come back. Rokar earning a free kick off Sam Durden, who's had a few moments already early.
Just looking at the Norwood forward line, they're holding 3 forwards really deep inside 50, which is very strange. Normally they'd be up around the centre forward region now. Now they're probably about the normal range away, but it's just an interesting tactic so far from them.
It's a great observation from one of the premier defenders in the SANFL competition, Jared Leonard, with us today on the SANFL digital pass. Ball comes to ground off the hands of Pink. Wrapped up there was Norwood, and now goes down. A tackle from Glenelg. Fantastic pressure here in the forward line.
Yeah, it is, and I think the forwards pulling away, that must be trying to nullify the intercept marking power of Glenelg. I reckon to take them away from the ball and build it up with short kicks, that's probably the way the Norwood are going about it so far.
Pink finds a way to take that mark. It was clever. Has a look forward. Couple of options short. Finds Turner. And he goes big. Inside 50 now. He's got Bailey there on his own. He takes an easy chest mark. Finally some delivery to a spare man. It's almost like Norwood's been pressuring, and the whole time they've had anything coming up forward, but this time was a little too quick.
That's right. It was a really good mark there from Toby Pink. He's such a strong and versatile player. His name just started in the back pocket today. I'm not sure if that was a bit of fun and games from the Glenelg coaching staff, but he can play up forward, he can play in the ruck, and that mark really broke him up because Norwood have been setting up really well behind the ball, but that contested mark opens the game up, and Turner, who kicked a bit of a floater, but it fell in the lap of Bailey. So important goal here for Glenelg if he can put it through.
It's been a good goal kicker this year. Set sail on the southern end of the parade. Finally, Glenelg hit the board with a goal.
What a day. Gotta sweat it out. Let the pressure out. Push on. Come on. Tomorrow, bring it on. Ion 4 hydration. Powerade.
Yeah, important goal there for Bailey. He loves Glenelg. He loves the Bay Area. The Instagram handle is Glenelg Bailey, believe it or not. Always pumping up the Bay Area Glenelg. So Glenelg's important to him, and that was an important goal for their side.
26-year-old's played all games this year for them. It's his 8th for the season. He's been a fantastic addition to that forward line. Back in the centre, 2 number 1 rucks back in battle, and the umpire's bounce wasn't flash, favoured Boyd. Snook ended up with it, and now Little one out the back from Nunn toward Rokar. Now McKenzie, short kick back to Nunn. Didn't go the required journey, so Nunn has to do a little bit of magician work here to get out of trouble. Does well, back to McKenzie. Nicely done in the end, just going through the web of defenders. Hamilton running through fast. Beats Virgin to a one-on-one. It's Shenton again, the target. Agnew gets the crumbs. Tackled well by Shenton in the second effort. Nicely finished. But now the handball's turned over to Richards, to Popopolo in the pocket. He's got Grigg on his own. Under a bit of pressure now. Stabs a goal and he's got it. 3 goals to 1 in the opening term. The Reds are on fire.
Do you stay in or get out? Remain in your vehicle until help arrives. You'll be shocked by what you don't know.
Yeah, great goal there from Grigg. He's so crafty around goal. That was a tough one too, under a lot of pressure. Was able to get the snap away. We know he loves the goal. He kicked 5 in that grand final a couple of years ago. It's one of the greatest individual performances of all time. But the inclusion of Nunn, it's certainly had a huge impact on this game so far. His drive around the ball has been huge for Norwood early on.
Yeah, that 6-goal grand final was just unforgettable. Quite an amazing game against North Adelaide back in 2018. Bounce from the umpire back in the centre. And we'll restart yet again. So the score 3-2, 20 plays 1-2-8. It's a 2-goal lead currently here to the home team. Very similar start for them to what they had last week. Richards corralled really well by Snook. Partington looking to pick it up. He's stuck under the pack. And now Rokar finds a clearing kick. Again, they go inside 50 Norwood. Pack flies and well done by Newman. It was a good one to win the footy in the end. Muscled off his player. Now Bradley, short kick, inboard to Hannah the ruckman. Stab toward the boundary line where McBean finds it.
If McBean's going to, first time talking for me, no, if McBean's going to get a touch, Tarly will want it to be there, no doubt.
Absolutely, as it goes up toward the half-forward line. Footy comes off hands. Motlop dropped what he could have had. None. Was he jumped over in the head? Certainly was. So too high called. He gets a quick kick away. A little bit of danger there, but Grigg, very composed, takes an easy mark. Corner of the centre square here on the half-back line for the Redlegs. Smothered in the end. Saywell's going to have to do a bit of mopping up, but it's too bad. Too hard. Turner, kick inside 50, finds Reynolds. It's just been brought down. Collins did well to defend, and McBean comes diving in. It's been given too high again. The Redlegs get another free kick at half-back.
Collins has started this game really well. I think Reynolds took a mark in the first passenger play of the game, but since then, Collins seems to have held up really well in them aerial contests with Reynolds.
So Talia at half-back. A big bomb out toward the broadcast wing. Boyd and Hannah the targets. Comes to ground. A little tap on. Partington tries to strip his man of Carroll. Umpire said play on. And this time another free kick to Norwood. Didn't quite catch what it was for as we blow the quarter-time siren. It's a 2-goal lead to Norwood. 3-2 plays 1-2. What a start for the team who've had a bumpy season against the undefeated Tigers. 20 plays 8. We'll take a break here on the SANFL Digital Pass. You can tune in any round, anywhere, anytime. Sam Tugwell and Jared Leonard calling the game. Back in a few moments.
Really low percentage shot, to be honest, under that amount of pressure, but for him to get that through and open up a 2-goal lead was massive for them.
Ran for a very similar goal as well from a mid-range, and then Gerloff a set shot. Bailey the only goal scorer for Glenelg in the opening term as they'll look to hit back in the second quarter, going to the northern end, the Bays, and the southern end for Norwood this quarter. If you're just joining us here on the SANFL Digital Pass, it's great to have your company. Sam Tugwell and Jared Leonard from the Port Adelaide Footy Club in the chair today. 2-goal leaders, the Redlegs. Bays will want to do something about that in this second quarter. Boyd, little tap down toward Rokar, who tried to get a foot to footy, ends up being held, so he gets a free kick for his efforts. Let's look at what's in front of him here. Takes his time, umpire says to play on. Gets it to half forward. Big flying from Binder. Falls in the hand of Grigg, who goes toward the pocket and ends up being knocked out of bounds Shenton there one-on-one with Max Proud. Has been a good little battle so far today.
Has been. There was a couple of meatballs going out in the middle there, Cooler and Rokar, and Rokar got the free kick. But, yeah, once again, Shenton playing really deep. I'm interested by that.
Hanneth, little ball to ground, found Agnew, who's now been wrapped up in a tackle, far pocket. Umpire decides to ball it up here, about 20 out from goal.
We spoke about Norwood getting the spare behind the ball here, and they're doing that because their ruckman's come out, and another defender can go 20 metres behind and give them really that anchor at the back.
Douglas, little tap out. Snook. And now Newman just clears the footy. Plenty of Norwood players under it, but somehow Bailey ended up with the footy. Just sat under it and waited.
Good body work as well against the taller man in Carroll. Knew where the drop zone was, got the body in the way and took a really good mark.
It was good poise as it comes out toward the wing. Great mark running back with a flight Bauer. Nicely taken there by Norwood. Not too many players behind the halfway mark of the ground. Norwood just setting up a bit of a wall as it goes back inside 50. Off the hands just. It was Binder that time. And again, wrapped up in a tackle is Agnew once more.
Yeah, that was a good look for Binder there on debut. Had some really good body work to get Durden out of the way and just dropped the mark. It was right there for him.
Douglas just spilled it. Newman again will have to clear. It's Groundhog Day. Goes up toward Bailey once more, but this time it's Grigg who takes a mark. Now he can set sail from a bit of a distance here. It's going to be probably a 50 to 55 metre kick.
Yeah, it is. And once again, really good pressure on the ball there. It's all well and good having an anchor and having that spare player behind the ball, but if there's no pressure on that ball, forget about it. So no pressure, lots of pressure on the ball, high kick, and Grigg was courageous to stand under it, and you definitely wouldn't put it beyond him from here.
Certainly not. Going for his second of the day. It's a long kick. Not too many people doing work on the line because it's going straight over the umpire's hat. That's a second goal for Mitch Grigg.
Watch the Redlegs play every game live, anywhere, anytime, with the SANFL Digital Pass. Get yours at sanfldigitalpass.com.au.
Yeah, he's absolutely flushed that. The wind is a little bit blustery today, but from about 55, he has just crunched that. He could not have hit that any better. Goal umpire didn't move, and a really important goal for Norwood.
Just a classy kick from a classy player. You know, he stands up in big moments, and Norwood now 3 goals in front. 4-2, plays 1-2 at home. This is the perfect start for the Redlegs. Bounce comes back down again. Hanneth, who hasn't had a whole lot of influence in this one just yet, gets to Partington, who just tried to bust through a pack. Snook, little hand pass back to Partington, and he just chucks on the afterburners. Grigg's got no pace to keep up, goes to 50, but the kick's a shocker. Bouncing towards Harley, a little tap toward Hurd, comes to ground. Bailey's got it. Can he get it out of McBean in the pocket to Yates? Just has to snap around the body. It's around the point post in the end. It'll be a behind.
It was a wobbling ball going inside 50 there, and Talia didn't want a bar of it. He's got almost the volleyball set to his teammate in Hurd, who also didn't want it, but he was under a lot of pressure. And Yates just couldn't quite get the bending on that ball, but that's more of what we've become used to from Partington. So explosive out of the centre bounce.
So 2 missed chances now for Yates. He's got a couple of behinds to his name. There's a clearing kick up toward the wing. Was he pushed in the back Binder? He wasn't. Durden kicks toward the 50. Misses Yates. He tried to stop it, but didn't go. And now Grigg, who saves it off half-back again. He's been brilliant so far in this first half. Kuopolo being held on to. Umpire doesn't see it. Plays on. Binder picks up hard. Was he caught high by Hanneth? No. Agnew through the back to Martini and Curran. They all combine nicely to Allen, who's on the far side, and the switch is on to Bailey, who was in the goal square moments ago. Runs all the way out. Now to Yates, who's done fairly well to get up the ground to get this one, but he's lost the battle, unfortunately, to Richards. And now Rokar knocked off it by Turner. This is great contested footy now. Glenelg just trying to get it out the back. Bailey, little kick toward Kula, who's now has to shrug off a player because it wasn't the desired distance. And now it's Douglas running after it hard. Virgin battles onto it. Plenty of players diving on the footy. Virgin again on top of it. Umpire's going to take his time to blow his whistle here. Makes a decision. Will ball it up on the wing. What a great contest.
Oh, yeah, there was a few really good contests there. Firstly, really good from Richards to knock Yates off the ball, but everyone's going in hard. It's a really good contest at the moment.
On the ground, bumped high was none. Will get himself a free kick here, the Bays. Allen, it was under it. Plays on quickly, big kick toward half forward. Hurd does well to get fist to footy. McKenzie, little handball away to Richards. Kicks along the boundary line. Proud, big fist. Beats off ball well, and it goes over for another throw in here. We played 5.5 minutes. It's Norwood currently in front by what a nice margin of 17 points, 18 points.
Also interesting to see Ball playing up forward today. He hasn't kicked a goal yet in his career. I think he's more known as a defender. His job's up there is to certainly nullify them intercept marks from Glenelg.
Boyd grabbed it out of the ruck, and he's been wrapped up yet again. 17-point margin here after 6 minutes, second term. Here at the parade. Down toward the 50. Richards will have to do this well. Gets it off. That's none. He'll go for a goal. That's a beauty of a kick. He's got his first, and they are running away now, Norwood.
Watch the Bays play every game live, anywhere, anytime, with the SANFL Digital Pass. Get yours at sanfldigitalpass.com.au.
That's trademark Matty Nunn there, exploding from the stoppage, using his pace and his power. Interesting decision to go for the snap so far out, but similar to Greg, he's flushed that. It's gone through, and a big goal for Norwood. Once again, they're really up for this contest, and they're all over Glenelg at the moment.
Such a great leg, and you can see all the big names starting to stand up now for Norwood. Bad bounce yet again by the umpire. It's happened a few times now today. Might be time to start throwing them up a little bit. 23-point leaders here at home. Great start for the Redlegs to this game. Exactly what they want, building a little bit of a buffer. Snook to Rokar. He's got a kick inside 50, running with Puopolo. Now under it was Cranfield, was he held on to? He asked the question. Wrapped up in a big tackle there. We'll get another ball up. Agnew's been right around the footy today. He's been important for Glenelg. About 20 out from goal. Hanneth does the ruck work, falls to ground. Little one out the back, couldn't quite get to his man in Hamilton. Allen got a little kick around. Richards off his knee, Turner to Reynolds. And away they go out of defence. 1-on-1. McBean trying to work off Talia. But a free kick's been paid, and Norwood will be really frustrating McBean now. Big long kick from Talia. That's a ripping leg. Proud. Composed in the back line. Just takes his time, but the kick wasn't great. Snook finds hands to it. Partington's there. He's corralled by 3 players. Gerloff asks the question. He lays on top. And we'll have another ball up, about 45 out.
I'll tell you what, I'm having flashbacks of round 1 here. This is exactly how Norwood sort of beat us, unfortunately. Their pressure around the ball, they're up and about.
Brought down, was he? Another behind goes through off the boot, but the umpire may just scratch that. A free kick's going to come back, and Norwood will have another set shot at goal.
Yeah, like I said before, just Norwood's intensity around the ball. This is exactly what we saw in round 1 against them. They get up and about. It's not just the first tackle, it's the second, it's the third. Coming off after that round 1 game, I thought I've played in AFL games that have been sort of with much less pressure and intensity than that.
Wow.
Their heat was exceptional, so they've certainly brought it today. We said they can be inconsistent, but it's been a great start for the Redlegs.
Cole Gerloff's got a goal earlier today. Can he put him up by a really big margin? It's a nice looking kick. It's just gone across the goalpost, unfortunately the wrong side of it, and it's a behind. Scoreboard now reads 5-3 to 1-3.
7 points, hold it in.
Yeah, one of Norwood supporters encouraging them to hold it in here. They want the 7-point play. It's a big contest here from Boyd and Hanneth.
Up go the 2 big men. Boyd got the hand to it, but winning it was the Bays as it rolls out toward the boundary line. It's a winner here now. They're at the back. It's Bradley with it. Takes a bounce. He's got Turner there if he wants him. Goes to Pink instead. The second layer of the cake as it flies through to the hot spot. It's going to be a tough one here. Reynolds out the back. He's got an easy kick at goal. That's so crucial for Glenelg.
What a day. Gotta sweat it out. Let the pressure out. Push on. Come on. It's Mo, bring it on. Ion 4 Hydration, Powerade.
I know we've spoken about it a bit, but the McBean and Talia matchup so important, and McBean almost wants them sort of balls that are bobbling around where he can use his craft, and it was a really intelligent knock-on to Bradley, and then Peake's wobbler off the boot has fallen in the lap of Reynolds, a fortuitous bounce no doubt, but Reynolds so smart in front of goal, and a really important goal for Glenelg.
Just one against the tide as well, because Norwood had been holding it inside so well, and then coast to coast. So Douglas just clears the ball straight inside 50, and it's a really good mark by Virgin.
He has certainly improved this aspect of his game, Virgin. When he came to Glenelg, probably wasn't known for that side. He's probably known for his skills and his speed more so, but he's added that intercept marking dimension to his game.
Oh, Partington, usually all class, turns that one over. Puopolo runs to 50 now. He's got a few men around him, chips it up to the top of the square. Could have gone for goal, though, and missing out on a chance. Sam Durden just hangs there. Beats the man in ball who he was against, and this one's turned straight back over again. So Tranfer from 50 looks inside, short kick to Shenton. They'll set up again.
Yeah, Shenton's definitely got the distance in him from here. On that last play, Ball just had to know that Puopolo's always going to want to hit a little lead up there. Ball was sort of going back towards the goal square. There's plenty of space in front of Ball. He should have probably just let up, but it doesn't matter now because Shenton's got a really good shot on goal, and I know he's missed a couple today, but he's normally a very good kick from long range.
Two mistakes too from Glenelg to cause this shot at goal. For his first of the day, Shenton, big kick, goes again, 4 behind, so he's missed a few chances today. He'd love a few back. Now score reads 5-4 for Norwood.
Come on, Norwood!
Definitely a tight game, a big moment here as well. Norwood pressing, but Glenelg can be really good in this counter-attack here.
Big fist from behind by Bauer, goes back inside 50. It's Douglas, gets on the left, wobbly kick toward the top of the square. Ball's running back after it, but Puopolo's there. This is where he likes it. He kicks another. It's on the roof, the footy. Norwood absolutely flying at home.
Do you stay in or get out? Remain in your vehicle until help arrives. You'll be shocked by what you don't know.
Yeah, that goal was set up from a really big spoil from Mac Bauer. He's a really strong defender. His dad played a lot of footy as well for Sturt with my old man back in the day, and also played a little bit of AFL, VFL footy for Richmond, and that was a big spoil from Mac. He's played 30-odd league games, but a really strong and tough competitive defender, and that spoil really set up that goal there for Norwood.
25-point leaders. This is the dream start, but can they hold on to it? We know how good Glenelg are, so they will come back, you'd think. Snook does a bit of in and under work. Turner's wrapped up well by Douglas. McKenzie. Binder, who's been good today. Little kick out toward the wing. McKenzie's going to have to do some chasing. Rather, it's Bauer. Tapped off. Turner found a way to turn it over, but no communication between him and Bradley. He wraps up Bauer under the tackle. Footy's out, though. No one's actually got it. He's going to scrum around. Umpire said he'll have it, though. And the ball up. Plenty of people in the crowd today, attending on a Sunday afternoon at the parade. Beautiful weather, just a touch under 20 degrees.
Bauer's
lovely conditions. Sorry, Jared, as it comes back out again. None, little clearing kick. Off the chest in the end of McKenzie. Hamilton, rather, he gets it back. Here's Douglas right on the boundary line. Just quick kick into the top of the square. Couple of one-on-ones there. Tranfer under it again. He's already got one. They just kick it around with their feet. Finally, a couple of tacklers involved. Handball out the back to Puopolo. Back to none. You can't stop Norwood.
Just stand beside me. How close is too close? Stay 10 metres away from downed power lines. You'll be shocked by what you don't know.
Great goal for Norwood. Nunn and Grigg have been dominant today. They've both had 11 and 9 touches respectively, 2 goals apiece. Been really strong around the ball. It's going to be really important for guys like Snook and Turner in the midfield and Partington to be a bit more accountable when they run forward, because they can just hit the scoreboard and all of a sudden Norwood out to a 5-goal lead.
Who saw this coming? 31-point leaders here at the parade. A remarkable opening couple of quarters from the Redlegs. Bounce down, favours McBean. He's now in the ruck, taking over and changing his role today. Struggled so far. Running off the back there was Turner. Gets a little under Snook, and now he's off to Kula. He can find Motlop on 50, set sail. Kick was horrible. Goes towards Talia, gets a fist to it. Yates applies a tackle, and Mackenzie's kick's turned over straight to Allen, who's 55 out. He just rolls around onto the left, finding Reynolds with a great lead. He's just put it down, though. It was a perfect lead. Rokar now at the back to Grigg, and they'll set up again through Nunn.
Might have been some pressure over the shoulder on Reynolds there, but a costly drop, and now Norwood away.
Hamilton on the wing. He just boots it inside 50. It's Tramfer one-on-one with Martini. Martini gets his hands to it. He goes over the line for a behind. Umpire's called a free kick here, I think, for too high. So Glenelg, in fact, as the umpire waves the flag, it's going to be a behind, in fact. So the one behind called in the end. Score goes to 7-5 for Norwood.
That just shows the size of this oval and how quickly you can go from defence to attack.
Oh, lucky kick in the end.
Made him earn it too. It has to be a 25.
Yeah, umpire is saying just that. Virgin on the ground there. It's time to get up.
Yeah, that last play, you saw a quick little rebound to get the ball outside of D50 from Norwood, and then before you know it, they're on the wing. If a man can run and take a bounce, then before you know it, it's on the last line of the goal square, obviously. So it's a small oval, and teams who play it well will have a really good day here, and obviously Norwood will.
Durden takes a bounce. Virgin really not well after that knock. Comes up toward the wing. Flying high was Reynolds. Unrealistic, though. Free kick going Norwood's way, and they play on quickly. Hamilton right on the boundary line. Wheels in on the right. Big kick to about 25 out. Pushed out from it. Good work with the body is ball. He'll set up now for Norwood's 5th goal to the quarter.
Once again, a great kick from Hamilton. He's had the last 2 inside 50s for Norwood. Got a really penetrating kick on him. The last 2 kicks have really gone over the back. I'm not sure what way the wind's going. It's a little bit blustery, but smart play there from Ball. Playing from behind, a little nudge under. No free kick at all, and there's a really good shot here.
Cameron Ball hasn't kicked the goal in the last 2 seasons. He's got one now. The 5th for the quarter for Norwood. They are in some serious control.
It's going to be big here to see how Glenelg respond. Obviously 8-0, haven't lost a game this year, top of the ladder. They have been in some difficult situations at times throughout the year, but I don't think they've been in one this bad. Down by over 6 goals, under a lot of pressure. Who's going to stand up for him?
It's going to be a grandstand finish if they do come back hard, which you expect they will, but right now it's all Norwood, and it's incredibly impressive. Boyd again filling in the shoes of Noel today with him out with a toe injury. Little handball misses everyone. Free kick for a throw in the end. It's going to be Rokar who'll claim it here in the guts of the ground. Short one. Finds none. It's a Gerloff. And again, I'd love to see the inside 50 numbers for this game. It's been all Norwood, especially this quarter, as Gerloff heads high toward the pocket of the ground. In front there were Norwood players, but it gets punched toward the boundary line. Puopolo leads the race as it goes over. And we'll see it in about 35 in. Right in front of the Norwood grandstand here, which curves around the pocket. Such pictures here. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. If you're tuning in here on the SANFL Digital Pass, wish you were here. Little throw in. Hanneth gets 2 hands to it, falls in Puopolo's lap. And now Hanneth goes down on the tackle from Ball, and we'll have a ball up.
Yeah, them inside 50 numbers, 22-15 in favour of Norwood. I thought it might have been a little bit more than that, but they've been so efficient once they get it in there nice and deep.
Absolutely correct. Snook finds a way to handball it out. Kula gets his kick smothered, goes in again. Richards now, handball out. Nunn has his arm wrapped up. That should be holding the ball. Umpire said no, he play on. It's good work. Bailey was on top of it. Good tackle in the wind from Kennelly. And now we'll wrap it up and have another ball up.
Strong tackle from Kennelly. He's been a little bit quiet today. Normally playing on ball. He's played more time on the wing. He's only had a couple tackles. I'm not sure. He hasn't had a possession just yet, but that was a really good tackle.
Lant got it to Hanneth. Wrapped up Bailey. Another solid tackle applied here.
I do have some sympathy for the wingers here. It is a hard ground to play on the wing. It's relatively narrow and small, and when you get the ball in the middle of the ground, you just want to go long instead of going wide.
Boyd straight down the throat of Roca. His kick goes inside 50 to Martini, and it's taken straight on the chest, so they'll try and rebound it straight out of there, but in fact, they go backwards. So Proud in the opposing goal square. Touched off the hands. Good work by Ball. Here's Tranford to crumb it up. Kennelly handballs toward Bowl, who gets it off to Nunn. He's missed. Such a shame for Norwood. It would have been yet another great goal and a third for Nunn in what's been a terrific first half.
Yeah, he's so done when he's at his best, which he is today. Clearly, no sign of that hamstring injury. He's getting forward and having shots on goal. That's a real concern for Glenelg.
So Proud kicks better than the last one. Oh, Curran pushed out. Perhaps he was.
Looks like he's gone up forward, I reckon. He looks at this potentially.
We'll see how this move goes. They're going to have to make changes, that's for sure. Big kick just over the hands of McKenzie. Comes in, finds Reynolds well. Umpire said it was touch, so it's play on. Yates applies a good tackle there on Hamilton, and we have a ball up.
I think I might have to retract my comment about Curran playing up front. He was just out leading up like a full forward, sorry, like a centre forward at half back, but he's right behind the ball where he's had a good game so far today.
Land, sells a bit of candy, does well. The kick, though, is against a 2-on-1. Collins, fist towards Saywell. Ends up going down McBean. Really quiet opening term as Kennelly goes down in a tough tackle. It's been a tough day for the forwards for Glenelg. Not a whole lot of entry, but also they just haven't been able to find the ball up the ground either. Just want to get your hands on the pill. Bounces over the line. How tough is it when you as a defender, as you are, work so hard on a forward and they just don't get a touch on it? Do they get frustrated, and how frustrated can they get?
Yeah, they can. They can definitely. I'm not really a lockdown too often, but yeah, it is a good feeling when you get on top of a forward.
And just a little bouncing ball inside 50 now. McBean once again held well. Turner tries to sock it on. Here's Gibson Turner of the other variety. Picks up what he spilled. Has to fend off a defender. Umpire says holding the ball. He had a great attempt at it. But in the end, McKenzie wins the footy.
Yeah, I think on your point about playing on forwards, myself and McBean in 2017, we had a couple tussles where in round one he came out and kicked about 5 or 6, and then I kept him goalless, sort of one goal in our second encounter. So a lot of it's dictated upon how the game's sort of played and all of that. And when the ball's coming in like it is today for Glenelg, it is very tough for forwards like McBean and Reynolds to have a real impact.
It just seems so physical too. He's not getting left a metre or two spare space. He's just jumpers held all the time, and it's tough to get away.
And with the ball coming in, there hasn't been much free flowing where Glenelg players have been shoulders out and be able to hit him on a lead. That's sort of where he does his best work, obviously.
Curran managed to corral Ball, who just dropped what could have been an easy mark. Another throw in right around the half forward flank here for Norwood. 5 goals to 1 this term. They currently lead 8 goals 6 to 2-3. Incredible 39-point margin right now as we approach half time. 24.5 minutes played at the parade. Ball in. Handoff beats Boyd in the ruck work. Kick comes inside 50. It's going toward the boundary line. Last touch, Norwood. So it'll be a Glenelg free.
It's really vital for Glenelg to hold up here and not concede another goal. 24.5 minutes played. Another goal would make it really difficult. If they can get one their own, though, it would be also very important to get that margin closer at half time.
McBean and Talia again in battle. Footy comes to ground at half forward. Head was ripped off. Umpire didn't see it. He'll ball it up. It's tough because Glenelg's one goal this quarter really was a good coast to coast, but it just sort of landed out the back and they got lucky with it. So it's been really tough work for them as Kennelly sees it over yet again.
Yeah, absolutely it has. It's credit to Norwood's pressure around the ball, but also the way their defence is set up. Talia with the job of McBean, which we've spoken about a lot. Mackenzie's been strong. Collins, Mac Bauer, all been really strong in this first half.
Pushed out, Hannah manages to find a way through the gap. And once more, Norwood just turning it over with a wall of defenders. Mac Bauer here on the wing.
They did well to generate the spare there, which allowed Mac Bauer to take that.
And Talia does well to run off his man too. Sorry, as it comes inside 50. Marked out the back well. Is that Curran? Durden.
Something that Norwood have done really well as well in this first half. Not sure how many intercept marks they've taken, Glenelg, but hasn't been too many.
Big punch in the end. Wrapped up was Lant. Coming through there, McKenzie does well to Rokar, who now has a look inside 50. He's got a player in Shenton running at it. Comes off the hands. And he loses a chance to crumb it. And a free kick's been given somewhere off the ball. Umpire shouting back, it's going to go Glenelg's way here. Agnew, I think, is going to get a free kick on the half-back line. Didn't quite see what it was for. This time comes back on. 26 and a half minutes in this second term. Almost half-time. It's a 39-point lead to Norwood. Incredible circumstances considering Glenelg are 9-0. Or 8-0 rather, looking for a ninth win. That kick was poor from Snook. And now they're looking to pick it back up here, Norwood, and go again inside 50 for a last chance goal. Pushing the back, perhaps, maybe. Going down was Rokar in the tackle. Been such a great physical effort from Norwood in this first half. Snook out to Partington, who's been pretty quiet today. Loses the footy. Douglas tries to strip a tackle. Umpire says play on, got hands to it. None. Tries to knock it forward. Goes again. Does well. He's got two today. Kennelly's around the footy. Pushes off his player. Lant loses a chance to pick it up and go. Ball back out to Nunn again on the flank. He runs to 50. Takes a bounce. Snook's in pursuit. Kicks toward goal. It's a great kick, but it's just gone behind a point. He has had an electric first half.
Yeah, this is some sort of half from Nunn. Once again, just, I know I've said it before, but his power around the contest, be able to explode. He looked at Snook then and said, I'm quicker than you, mate. And he blasted it through half out the post. That would have been a massive goal.
5 goals, 5 this quarter, just a 1 goal, 1. Norwood have been so dominant. Bailey. Big kick up from half-back, flying at it. Was Curran, did good running back with a flight. Turner dodges a player, now he's tackled from behind. Once more, it's Norwood's ability to pressure, which is winning them the footy.
That's right, and that was one big moment there. Gibson Turner was out the back on his own. If Brett Turner just went the quick kick, Gibson, being one of the quickest men on the field, would have been into an open goal, I reckon.
Now Nelligan from 50 out. Big kick, this one. Gives it off. Big long bomb. Right on the line, touched as it goes over. So 5-6 for the turn.
It was a raking kick there from Collins, I think it was on the outer side. Once again, great pressure from Norwood. Getting these repeat entries, putting Glenelg under a lot of pressure.
41-point leaders. Remarkable circumstances here. Nunn, again, who's had an amazing first half. To Turner. Just desperate kick out of defence now. Rolling out in front of Bailey. Beating Collins. Reynolds loses the footy and Collins runs away with it now. They're just full of confidence, the Redlegs. Here's a chance, one more before half-time. Binder at the back. Picks it up, turns around. On the ball, on the ground rather, it bounces through for a behind. And some kind of quarter and some kind of half for Norwood. They lead the Bays remarkably by 42 points at the half. What do we take away from this just quickly, Jared? What an amazing first half.
It has been, and I'll take away that Norwood, good luck predicting a game that they play in. I mean, they've been up and down, but the addition of Nunn, that has been 17 disposals, 2 goal, 2. Could have easily kicked 3 or 4. That has been a dominant display around the ball. They're smashing Glenelg in contested possession, inside 50s, all the key stats. And it's on Glenelg now, 8-0, obviously, top of the ladder. How are they going to respond in the way? It makes it so hard for McBean to get a clean look at the ball. And also Collins done a good job on Reynolds, I reckon.
So going into halftime break, it's Norwood leading by 42 points. They led by just 2 goals at quarter time. And we'll see whether the Bays can bring it back to something competitive going into the final term. Plenty of goals scored in the second quarter by Norwood, 5 goals to 1. Can they stem the flow here, Glenelg, on their away trip to the parade and hopefully bring it back We're into the second half, and the bounce wasn't as bad as the one at half-time where he copped himself in the head, but this one just goes out of the circle. We'll have a redo. Thankfully not so many people watching that one at half-time. Could have been worse. Hanneth and Boyd go at it. No one clearly winning it. Partington getting himself into the game early in the second half. Handballs to no one. Snook finds a way to get it back. Hanneth, handball away to Bradley. He skies it up in the air. Turner's under it. So is Yates. He flies. It's a good little punch out toward the boundary line. Motlop just snaps it around the body in toward the pocket where Reynolds is. And he now can see if he can centre this footy up. Short kick. Well done. Sliding is McBean. This is the first time we've seen him lead and mark today.
It is. I spoke about it. That's obviously McBean's strength where he can get off. He understands where the space is and he just leads into it. And Reynolds and him have such good chemistry inside 50. And yeah, when McBean gets that sort of separation, that's obviously what he wants with Tully. He doesn't want to be sitting under too many high balls. He wants his teammates to lower their eyes and put it down in front of him where he can dive and fall on and take a good mark. And this is what he's been so good at for so many years now, converting here, and it'll be a big start for this second half for Glenelg.
Leads the competition for goals kicked. This is such a big one here for Glenelg to get their second half off to a flyer. It's across the face. A let off. And that's not what you tend to see from the league's best.
Yeah, he just sort of stabbed at that. Coming out after half time, maybe still be a little bit cold potentially. Had the opportunity to kick through that, but not to be.
So McKenzie at fullback kicks out, runs out of the square and gives it a big almighty hoof up toward Binder, who has two snatches at it and grabs it.
He's competed well on debut today, Binder.
Has definitely, especially in the aerial contest for sure. Goes toward Douglas, who plays on quickly. Didn't know he had a player behind him. Kicks inside 50, going there Puopolo, but well cut off in the end by Agnew.
Strong player, Agnew. Can play on ball. I sort of called for him to go on ball in this second half after Glenelg been getting touched up around the ball, but also very strong down back.
It's a very Jared Leanett-like fly in front of the ball there from half back. Very nice. Up toward Carrot, who's at half back. You had none of that, did you?
No.
But absolute donuts. Here's Lance, half back. Virgin could have been an option there. Chooses to go sideways again. This time, Curran, who's one of the leading ball winners so far for Glenelg this afternoon. Goes up toward the boundary line. Plays along the wing. Good mark. Not quite taken there by Reynolds. Gets a handball off. Motlop to Lant, who then kicks up toward Rokar. He's all on his own. Not a great kick. I think it was just an act of desperation to get it out of the zone. And now turns it over toward Kennelly. That's a good one-on-one contest. Good work. Fist there from Badley. But unfortunately, he's been given a free kick now. Was he eyes on the ball?
I think it was. It might have just been the front-on contact potentially that the umpire saw.
It's always tough when your eyes on the ball, but you are running towards a player and you hit him front on. You've got to be watching the ball the whole way. So unless you've got your eyes off it, you can be in trouble. Big kick from Douglas toward full forward. Grabbed around the neck was Grigg. Umpire will like that and have a free kick given. He's 30 metres out from goal, and he's going to have a crack at his third.
Once again, a really good contest from the debutant Binder. Just got up, really impact that marking contest, got it to the front where Grigg was, and he's had a great game so far. Hitting the scoreboard, this will be big.
For the biggest lead of the game, Grigg just stabs at it. It's there. He's got three, Mitch Grigg.
Watch the Redlegs play every game live, anywhere, anytime with the SANFL Digital Pass. Get yours at sanfldigitalpass.com.au.
Once again, not the most convincing shot on goal from Grigg. The Glenelg players were certain that it hit the post. We sort of had a pretty good angle of it here. I didn't really see much of that, but a huge goal for Norwood. Obviously, McBean at the other end had a similar shot from a similar range, and for Grigg to be able to sneak that one through, a big lead now for Norwood.
Massive margin of 47 points. Glenelg really haven't got going all game. Motlop chasing after it. Rokar the fastest to it. Snook jumps over the footy. Dived on it. All up at half forward. Tap on from Hanneth to Boyd. Bradley finds a way to just skip out of the gap there. Well done. Good work out of the contest. Lant to Partington. Well, handball back to Motlop. And away they go. Big inside 50. McBean's there if he wants it. It goes over the back. Pint's got to be fast. Can he pick it up and not get away from the tackler? He doesn't. Hurd does well. Turner. Has the umpire called something here? He hasn't. He said play on. Everyone's sort of half stopped and it's gone over the line for a behind. Glenelg, their second behind of the quarter.
That was a moment where Talia's body-focused nature of defending sort of hurt him. The ball was always going to go over the back. He could have easily just dropped back and taken an uncontested mark, but was more concerned about pushing McBean under the ball, which worked in the end, but he relied on a really good contest from Hurd in the goal square to force that ball through. Eventually, obviously, Glenelg had a shot, but through from behind.
So McKenzie, back pocket, gives it back to Nunn. They're just going 1-2s up here along the wing, along the boundary line rather, as they aim for the wing. Kick up toward Boyd. He's had a really strong day filling in for Michael Knowles, the number 1 ruck. Martini brought down with a great tackle by Gerloff.
You're right about Boyd. He has competed very well, not only in the ruck contest, but those crucial marking contests around the ground, really getting up there and making Hannah spoil the ball more often than not.
Definitely. Good hand to it. Snook only had one hand to grab it. It was well held there. 9-9 plays, 2-5 early stages in this third quarter. Tap down toward Nunn. He missed out. Snook again. He's just been held beautifully today. No space whatsoever. Motlop. He's grabbed as well. Hasn't seen a whole lot of the footy today. Bradley applies a good tackle. And they scrap it along near the boundary line. Not a whole lot of movement this last 60 seconds.
You do have to admire the work of Snook today. Like we said, he has been down in his clearance numbers, but he just has a crack every single contest. Always so hard and tough inside.
Here's Curran. Boots it inside 50. Again, a drop chance inside from Reynolds. It's a couple of times we've seen that happen now. Pink is going to be caught with the ball, holding the ball up rather.
Yeah, I think the sun might have played a factor there for Reynolds. He has dropped a few of them today, though. He wouldn't be too happy with that.
Little one from McBean tapping over toward 3 Norwood players, so not to their advantage whatsoever. As we see, probably another ball up. Here's it stuck in there. Maybe it's just come out. Bailey bursting through. He's brought down as well. And we'll have another ball up right in front of Glenelg's goal.
Glenelg do have the spare back. Hannes out for that quick kick from Norwood.
Good punch. Out toward Pink, who can have a shot at goal. He's got it. Oh, that's huge for the Bays.
Watch the Bays play every game live, anywhere, anytime, with the SANFL Digital Pass. Get yours at sanfldigitalpass.com.au.
Yeah, an important goal for Glenelg. Toby Pink showing his strength in the contest, shrugging off a man and a snap. It was interesting. I thought Norwood could have potentially had a goalkeeper back on that in that situation with Glenelg's ruckman being back at halfway. They could have easily had a free player that could have been back marking that ball on the goal line, but not to be. And an important goal for Glenelg to stay in this game, although they are 40 points down.
Got to start somewhere though. Gives Glenelg fans just a little bit of hope in a day that hasn't seen much of it. Partington looking to rove. Was he grabbed? He wasn't. Umpire says continue to play. Coming out the back was Partington again. A little handball out from Curran. Turner. Hanneth, the big man, bends over, picks it up, back to Curran. He's been busy today, Curran. Kick inside 50. Pink's there, so was Reynolds. Comes to ground. They chase after it. Yates tries to burst through a Bauer tackle. Turner overruns the footy. Partington there again. He's been busy as well this last few minutes. And a kick out toward the wing to clear. Lance going to try and beat Gerloff. He does. Gets the left foot inside 50 to Reynolds in the pocket. Now there's a massive Glenelg contingent in that stand, so we'll see how much support he gets. I'm sure he'll get plenty, and the crowd will go nuts if he gets it from here.
Yeah, it's a big kick here for Luke Reynolds. Normally a very good set shot on goal. Gets through the ball really well. A long kick, distance won't be an issue. It's purely accuracy from here.
20 goal for the season, 1 today. Can he get his second? Big kick from the pocket. It just is a little too skinny. Umpire says it's out of bounds on the full.
Not his best effort. That is the way that the wind's going. We've identified a windsock on the outer side of the ground to tell us what way the wind's going. He was going straight where that ball went.
It's been a challenge for us today, trying to rely on the trees. We found the windsock anyway. Kennelly gets it off. Rokar He just speeds away from all those yellow players chasing after him. He had a couple of bounces. Goes inside, doesn't hit anybody. Shenton's under it. But Durden does well just to get the big hands up and stop it. Out the back of Puopolo. Gets a little kick. Good pressure from Tranfer as it goes over the boundary line. The story of the day from Norwood. They've just been pressuring everywhere.
They have. And I'll tell you what, that's about the 7th or 8th floater or top spinning kickoff seen today so far from both players. I'm not sure if the balls are flat or what. It's a perfect day for football, but there's been lots of floaters.
Deflate gate. Here comes Ball and Hannah. Bit of ruck work. Hamilton found to foot the ball. Little tuck out from Allen. And now Nanu's been so good today. Set sail for another. Goes across the face. He's now got 2 goals and a handful of behinds. 3 behinds.
He could have kicked 5 here. He's just everywhere. He hits the scoreboard when he's at his best, which he is today, like I've said. Always hitting the scoreboard. That was a good opportunity, but just pulled a little bit.
Game would be over if he had 5, I tell you. If it isn't almost already, they just need to hold this margin, Norwood. They're doing well at the moment. Just to nullify. Cooler brought down a tough tackle. And here the support's been pretty big here today from the Norwood fans on a Sunday arvo. Motlop tries to crumb as it goes out of bounds. Couldn't get a clean touch. And out of play, centre wing here on the broadcast side.
Once again, we saw another top spinner come out of full back there from Durden. Unbelievable scenes. It's been overall a relatively skillful game, though.
So Binder pushed out of the way by Hannah. That's just big bodies, big older bodies. Allen, little handball, hit Yates in the face. Now he goes down. Umpire sees a free for too high, and probably rightfully so. He touches his either nose or mouth. Rewarded for a little bit of reckless action. So out of the bullseye of the ground, goes toward the flank. Saw McBean, but that's a great mark by one of the small players in Nelligan.
That was courageous. He knew McBean was in the lead behind him. He got back well and at full stretch for the little fella. Got up and took a mark. Sorry, I can't speak again.
We have those moments. Yeah. Martini pushed over, just lost his feet. Partington chases, good diving handball. He was just lost his balance, head over it was Agnew. He's rewarded. Can't complain about that. It's clear as day.
It's an unlucky one though. Hamilton did come in hot, but when someone's got their head over the ball, you just have to pull up and somehow not get them higher.
So Motlop here on the half-back line for the Bays. It's a big ball spinning sideways up toward McBean, drops that one. Here goes Yates, tries to strip the tackle. Can do, little handball over to Bradley. Now he finds Partington, who's running on the wrong side. He's got a big kick to the pocket. Well done, good fist from Collins over the line for a throw-in.
Yeah, really well spoilt there from Collins. The kick from Partington was good. It was on the advantage side of Reynolds. Collins at 193 centimetres, got pretty long levers on him. Surprised Partington didn't go to goal, to be honest. He's a really good shot on goal.
Would have been a tough kick. He was running away from it almost. McBean pushed out of the ruck, perhaps. Yes. He's going to get a free kick here, McBean, and his first shot at goal.
Yeah, I said this at the top, McBean, if there is a bit of contact and there might be a free kick there, he certainly makes the umpires want to pay that free kick. It's what cost us in round, I think, whenever we played them, about round 3 or 4. Some ruck free kicks. He's very smart, I'll give him that.
One of the rewards of having one of your full forwards able to do that job.
Yep.
Is if they do win the free, you can have a stab here, and he will. He's on 45-degree angle. Pretty easy kick for him. He's the leader in the comp for goals, and he hasn't kicked one today. He's been really well held. For their second of the term, they haven't done it all game. It looks really good. Glenelg have 2 for the term, and they just edge a little bit closer.
What a day. Gotta sweat it out. Let the pressure out. Push on. Come on. Tomorrow, bring it on. Ion 4 Hydration. Powerade.
Yeah, big goal there from McBean. He had a sider from that spot about 10 minutes ago. This time he just kicked straight through it a little bit more. Only just snuck in, but an important 6 points, and that margin is slowly getting smaller, and Norwood won't feel safe yet. They know how strong and powerful Glenelg can be. They can score so quick. They're such a dominant side, obviously, with the 8-0 record, so this game's certainly on.
35-point margin on a Sunday here at the parade. Binder overdid the ruck work, and now McBean had just kicked the goal, got it inside 50. Nice tap over the head of Turner, got it toward Kula, who just overcooked it a bit himself. Rokar, handball at the back to Douglas, and that's good composure as he goes out toward Kennelly, who's in hot pursuit by Bradley. Does well, got the foot to ball though. Say well. And now Carroll. Kick toward half forward. Big fly from Virgin from behind. Lant, rather Agnew, finds Virgin. And that's turned over too. Binder's got it on the wing. Short one. Uncontested mark.
Come on, Norwood.
Looking on side 50 here. Big bomb. Durden, one hand to it. Dropped by Tranfer. Got it to Douglas, who maybe held off the footy. He's stuck under the pack of players. And the ball up right at half forward, full forward.
I think Durden would have wanted a free kick there as a smaller man. Put a bit of pressure on him and potentially chop the arm, but an important stoppage here for Norwood.
Ball got the tap. Grigg won the bit of roving, but it is stuck in there.
Glenelg should really be on high alert about Grigg and Douglas in these forward 50 stoppages.
Oh, they're so good in there. Comes out the back, no one's got control of it. Grigg tries to pick it up. Again, we'll have a third ball up in a row, same spot, not going anywhere.
Porpolo's another one who has kicked many goals in this sort of situation in his long career.
Absolutely. Grigg tries to do exactly that, just burst through. Martini's now wrapped up by two players. Once more, umpire crosses himself. 35-point margin, Norwood in front, and they've got a chance at goal here if they can get the ball out, but Glenelg do it first. Up toward Reynolds, who's come to half back to take an important mark, which just slows down the game and spreads the field again. Big kick out to far wing. Partington. He's had a good third quarter. Gets it off to Lant, who just runs and runs fast, takes a bounce, but he's in trouble. Just gets a kick at the last second away, and that's a good mark. Looking inside 50, big one. Reynolds has gone all the way back. Oh, it's a goal. He's kicked it from 50. Turner has an absolute ripper from 50.
Do you stay in or get out? Remain in your vehicle until help arrives. You'll be shocked by what you don't know.
What a goal that was from Glenelg. Brett Turner. It was a big mark from Reynolds coming out of D50. Norwood won't be too happy. They had the anchor back, a man right at the back. All the other players should have been in front, looking to intercept that kick. And then I had to look twice because Reynolds was in the goal square, basically shepherding that. I'm like, that can't be him. His work rate is stupidly high. I've said it many times before. He runs marathons out there and he's very hard to play on because of his aerobic work. And to shepherd that goal through, it's big for Glenelg.
You knew they weren't going away. It's now 29 points the difference. They're up by 45 at one point, and it goes to half forward again here for Glenelg. Little handball out from Reynolds again. He's been everywhere. Here's Bradley kicking board once more. This time Pink, was he pushed under it? He wasn't. Goes out at it was Turner, sliding under the footy. And now Collins to Carroll to exit. Good tackle on Turner on the way out. Lant gets a fist toward the boundary line. It does go over. And another throw in, but this has just been a little shift of gears here for Glenelg in this quarter.
Yeah, I think so. You can sense a bit of tension in the crowd. The Norwood supporters have been really happy at half-time, but now, after a couple of goals to Glenelg, getting a little bit nervous.
Just starting to get closer into striking zone here. Taps straight into the chest of a player who gets wrapped up. It's Partington. He'll come straight back up and go again. This midfield battle has been absolutely sensational today. McBean tried to get a half kick away. Nelligan applied a good tackle. Hurd gets a handball out toward the wing. Lance running through, breaks a tackle at Boyd. Well, got the hand pass to Hamilton. Now Grigg at half back has to dodge and weave. Gets a kick away up toward Martina. He dropped one, could have had it. Gerloff tackles. Stuck at the bottom of it, ends up coming out was Rokar. Umpire wasn't going to blow the whistle. Gerloff again, goes back to go forward. Douglas, just a big chip up over the top to transfer, and now there's a little bit of space here for them. Short kick to dropped at Shenton rather, but say Sharman, kick away from Virgin. And Rokar again, a turnover here to Norwood.
Yeah, I'd love to see that kick go in deep. It was a one-on-one in the goal square for Norwood. Instead, they just stuffed around with a little bit around centre half forward.
Gerloff almost gets in front, takes it, but it came to ground. Will handball away out to Douglas. And now Nunn. Short kick up, didn't get the distance and knocked over the line.
Just on this Glenelg comeback, I think the more I think about their players, they sort of look to grind down their opposition. Guys like Partington and Snook, just so relentless in the midfield, and guys like Reynolds who just works all day. They're players who might not beat you in the first half, but as the game sort of goes on, they want to keep wearing you down to try to get on top of you as the game goes on.
Boyd got it out to Nunn, might have been touched off hand, so it play on to Rokar here on the flank. Goes in deep toward the pocket. Shenton's there, so his ball flying at the back was Newman. Agnew's tackled. Ball still comes out. And there's a secondary tackle, and we'll have a ball up right in the pocket, about 7 or 8 metres away from goal here for the Redlegs. They'd love to get one back, bring it back out to a 35-point margin. Currently at 29 points. Starting to get a little bit of uncomfortable times here for a Norwood fan. If Glenelg can continue their goal-kicking ways. Turner, who kicked the last, coming out of half-back, kicks up toward Motlop. Who now has players running back, and he's asking him to do exactly that. Umpire tells him to move it on now. You've got enough time. Goes backwards. Lant. To Virgin. And now to Newman. He's the spot-up player on the other side as they switch it around. Bradley's running. Chooses not to go to him. He wants to go a little bit longer. Big kick. Big fly from Allen at the back. Good work from Hanneth, back to Allen, a little tap down as the shallow inside 50 rolls to Pink, out to Kuller, who can kick a goal. They are coming.
Just stay inside. How close is too close? Stay 10 metres away from downed power lines. You'll be shocked by what you don't know.
Yeah, they are definitely coming. Their pressure around the ball's been really good. They've held up really well. They've held up on the back of a few defensive 40 stoppages at really nervous times for Glenelg, but they've been able to hold strong and hit him on the counter-attack. This game is right on.
They brought it back to 23 points. At half-time, it was a 42-point margin. They've kicked 4 goals to 1 this quarter, and the Bays have not gone away. Good tackle. We'll have another ball up here, right on the guts of Coopers Stadium, where Norwood have won 9 of the last 10 games against Glenelg. Puopolo wrapped up. Umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt. No prior opportunity. Another ball up here in the centre square. 23 minutes gone in this third term. And we've got a game on our hands, as Jared was just saying. We kick it inside 50. Little toe poke. It's rolling and rolling. Little one out the back from Durden to Curran. He's under pressure from Hamilton. Now Newman. They're going right back here. Proud finds a clearing kick, but Richards is under it. Richards has another crack at it. Good work. Handball off. Umpire says play on advantage. They all stop. Poor kick to centre it up to Gerloff. And now wrapped up is Kuller, who kicked the last goal for Glenelg. You can just feel the tension's gone up just a little bit here. It's hot in the kitchen here at Norwood. Lant kicks out toward the wing, misses Turner. It's just rolling and rolling toward Boyd. He's going to be pretty good to get away with this. It's wrapped up. Once more. The umpire's found the... No, yeah, it's holding the ball.
Yeah. Boyd's got to try to just get that ball out of bounds, I reckon. The momentum is going towards the boundary line. He's just got to get that out. Instead, gets tackled, holds it in, and gives away holding the ball. And another good opportunity here for Glenelg.
So Turner now just bolts past Boyd. Oh, that's amazing. There we go. Toward half forward. Big fly from McBean. Couldn't hold onto it. Now Yates. Out to the ruckman in Hanneth. Toward the hot spot. No one was really there. He didn't quite... Oh, but not paying attention was their fullback in McKenzie and Partington. What a big-time play. From behind, he crept up. Silent as a church mouse. And now a chance for their 5th goal for the term, and to bring it to 17 points.
He is a big-time player, Partington, and there's a big moment. He's normally always there, playing big tackles, kicking goals. Great opportunity for him here.
For a 5-goal term, Luke Partington. It's coming the right way. Yes, it is. Glenelg, they are unstoppable in this third term.
Yeah, 5-goal term now to Glenelg. They've been outstanding. It has relatively been an even contest around the ball, but Glenelg have just showed so much more poise going forward. They've looked so dangerous, and the Magarey medalists there coming out with a big tackle. 25 minutes gone in this quarter. Still probably a few minutes to go. A huge few minutes here in this game.
9-10 plays 7-5. Norwood have just about gone to sleep here as Partington can go again. Another chance for the Bays. How good's this kick going to be? Floats over the top, just bounced over for a behind. It looked like it had the goods there, but it just rolls over. So 1 goal, 1 for Partington in the last minute.
Yeah, that's vintage Partington. We spoke about Nunn's power from the stoppage. We spoke about it a lot during this game, and Partington's the exact same. Just wonder, Nunn's first game in a couple months, maybe he might be getting a little bit tired because Smook and Partington are starting to get on top here.
Umpire's found a free here, and it's going to go Boyd's way. In fact, no, umpire's pointing the wrong way. It's Max Proud's free kick for Glenelg. So another entry inside 50 as we're deep into red time here. Goes high toward McBean. He misses out. Pinks at the back. Taps it on toward Yates. He hands alls to Curran. And now to Bailey. And then Yates, who was meant to be there and wasn't, taps it on. It's a little freebie getaway here for Norwood as they go through Richards. Running hard is Puopolo. And Hamilton's going to bounce well for Puopolo rather. Free kick for too high. And for going at it, he's rewarded. Takes his time here as he goes up with a big kick inside. Shallow inside 50, looking for Hamilton. Comes down to ground. Binder applies a good tackle. Transfer. This will be one against the play. Gerloff's brought down. Bradley across to Virgin. And the turnover ball to Boyd. Short kick. Finds Kennelly. Will he spot up another or will he go for goal? This is a big leg here for Kennelly. Might be right on his range.
I think so. I think that windsock we're looking at seems to be going the opposite direction. He'll be kicking into a slight breeze. However, it has sort of died out. Formerly a Geelong listed player, Kennelly, on the siren now. This is a big moment.
This will be a crucial play. If he kicks this, Kennelly, with just the 1 goal this season, can't quite put it through for a goal. It's out of bounds on the full. And at the third quarter end, we have a serious game of football. 9-10-64 Norwood plays Glenelg 7-6-48. We have a 16-point ball game. You don't want to go anywhere. They've come down from 42 points to just 16. Stay tuned. Glenelg Norwood final quarter coming up on your SANFL Digital Pass. In that quarter, so he was already starting to get active, and as I said there, Partington with 10 touches, and Hannes really starting to get active as well as the ruckman. This has been a fun game of footy. You won't want to go anywhere. The next 30 minutes is going to be some of the best that you'll see in this SANFL season. 9-10 plays 7-6. Can Glenelg go 9-0 and defy the odds? What has been a pretty one-way game in Norwood's favour for most of it. But they are challenging and challenging hard here, the Tigers, at the parade. The final quarter is underway. The shadows come across the middle of the ground and we are ready to go. Snook caught right in the middle of the bullseye of the ground. Will go up again. A secondary bounce to get this fourth quarter started.
Once again, Norwood's forwards holding really deep here. Interested to see where this clearance goes.
Been a trend for the game, hasn't it? Nunn and Kennelly go over the footy, but that's great work from Bradley just to find a way to get Glenelg's footy out. There's Carroll caught up in a tackle by Turner. We'll have the ball up.
Bradley's not your traditional wingman. He's a small, tough, nuggety player, but he's so good in them contested possessions in these scenarios here.
Hannah found a little tap down. He started to run the ruck a bit. That one from Partington goes toward half forward where Turner is. He got a punch toward Jack Pink, who now gets into Bailey. This is the great start, but it's just gone across the face from behind. Would have been a terrific start. Would have brought them within 10.
Yeah, super clean there from Toby Pink. Really sharp hands to Darcy Bailey and some good pressure put on, which made him just pull that shot to the left.
So in the goal square, getting it out of there. Umpire says play on, so no wriggle room out of there. Coming out was Boyd. Went for the mark and missed out. Snorp dives on it. Handball out well to Bradley. Back to Partington, who dodges around a couple. Gets inside 50. Big one in front there was Collins. He drops a mark, but it's given a free kick. Good effort getting in front and rewarded.
Yeah, it was. Coming in front of McBean and Talia.
Held well there. Binder. At the back, Virgin. Martini, back to Virgin. A wobbly kick toward half forward. Umpire's found a free for holding on. And Mackenzie's got it here on the half-back flank.
Norwood supporter just saying he's been doing it all day. And I have seen a few jumper holes say, normally they look to pay him straight away, but they've sort of let him go today, which I don't mind when both players are holding in those sort of situations.
Just makes it a little bit more fun, doesn't it? Rokar, big kick along the line. Looking for Binder again. Snook this time, wins it off the pack. A little kick out to nobody. Richards chases after it. This gets a little handball out to Collins, who finds Carroll, who's running off the half-back line. And now Saywell, who's been quiet today. And Hamilton, little kick up towards Shenton. He's a long way from home, but we know he can kick it.
Yeah, nice play there from Norwood, changing the angle of the game. Shenton, who's had a few shots today, but hasn't quite been able to finish, but pumped his kicking up a few times. We'll see if he can repay the favour right here.
3 behinds to Shenton today. Big long leg. Great leg. It's touched though by Durden, so it goes through for a 4th behind for him. And the first score for Norwood this term.
Although it wasn't target, that's another top spinner. I'm not sure how many I've counted today, but it's been a few. Also, interestingly enough, that in these tight games, Don Barry's playing in the reserves for Norwood at the moment. He is a dynamic player, he's a real match winner, can kick goals, he's so exciting. I wonder if he was playing today, what sort of impact he would have had.
McBean under it, rolling toward the line, stays in Rokar. Handball off toward Douglas. McBean's got it now on the wing. Kicks inside 50, it's a one-on-one contest. Hurd and Pink is there. Hurd wins the way to the footy, but Pink bumps him out. Handball off, beats Saywell. Yates is around the footy, he almost wins it. Pink, handball off, ends up with Rokar. Umpire said it went out of bounds, so we'll miss out on what could have been a fun little piece of footy. Might have been a chance at goal too, but we now have a throw in right in the pocket.
Couple big contests there. Hurd just doing enough to get the ball out of bounds.
16 points the difference. Running through his Motlop. Can he make it? 10! No, it's not. It's 1 behind.
Motlop's so dangerous. Around goal. I think he kicked a similar goal in a final last year, which gives me horrors as well when I played against him. But yeah, back on Don Barry, I just feel like he has to be giving something to this Norwood side. He kicked a few, probably 4 or 5 goals against us in round 1. He's such a good player and we had so much in games like this, I reckon.
The questions will be asked for sure. That one just off the boot there of Bradley. Umpire's going to say it's touched and will be a throw in. In fact, no, they have said, I was about to say, yeah, Kennelly thought it was off the boot as we assumed as well, but because it was called touch by the boundary umpire, they will throw it in.
Yeah, I'm happy with that being called a deflection off the foot instead of a genuine kick.
Very high throw in. Have to run in a fair way to get to that. Little tap toward Partington, who wants Snook, and he's got it. Kick in board. It's a one-on-one for McBean. He loves these. It's going to fall short of him. Pink goes to Crum. McBean's back under it. And a kick away from Talia. It's going to go straight out of bounds on the full.
I've spoken about them jumper holds earlier, and there was another one there on McBean, which normally gets paid probably 9 times out of 10, but they've let it go today, which... Like
all day.
Yeah. Don't mind it. Don't mind it.
So Snook now, again, Goes inside for the second time in a row. Who's he want? McBean! Reliable, strong hands by one of the best in the comp. And he stands up when they need it most.
Yeah, just on the last couple of entries, he's been able to get some separation. Probably throughout stages in this second half, he's probably just started to get some separation from Talia in their marking contest. Talia all over him in the first half. But when the ball keeps coming in and Glenelg have increased that pressure on Norwood, it becomes a lot harder to defend a dangerous player like McBean.
He's kicked one goal. Sets up from directly in front. Brings them within 9. Game on at the Parade.
Watch the Redlegs play every game live, anywhere, anytime, with the SANFL Digital Pass. Get yours at sanfldigitalpass.com.au.
Well, this has been a great comeback from Glenelg. Within 9 points now. Norwood have just about stopped. They've got to find a way to be able to get the ball from one end of the ground to the other, whether it's getting the ball long to the wings and get it out of bounds and then reset and maybe be able to win another stoppage. But Snook and Partington and Turner have all lifted around the ball. And this game is right on 7 minutes into the last quarter.
6 goals to 1 since half time. The Bays are in full control in this one. Turner absolutely wrapped up in the centre. And as we've seen plenty of times today, lots of physicality around the contest. Boyd, tap didn't quite go to plan, went to Turner, he got a clearing kick, shallow inside 50, it bounces in front of Yates, who tries to shrug a tackle. Bailey runs backwards, gets the boot to ball, and it's marked by Reynolds. It's just all coming together for Glenelg.
Oh, it is. Another centre clearance and Bailey having a shot for goal, but Reynolds getting back to the goal square. He's always moving as a forward. He's hard to play him because he is always moving. Got in behind Collins there and took a really reliable chest mark.
To bring it inside a kick, Luke Reynolds has just got it. He made it work. It's just snuck in between the post. And it couldn't get much closer.
Live, anywhere, anytime, with the SANFL Digital Pass. Get yours at sanfldigitalpass.com.au.
It wasn't the greatest kick off the boot from Luke Reynolds, but it'll go through. 3 points the margin. What a game we've seen here. Norwood have absolutely stopped. They haven't been able to find anything around the ball. They need a clearance here. Greg and Douglas both in the middle. Need to get their hands on it here.
7 goals to 1 now. They were up by 47 points. Douglas, big kick inside 50. They need one to go back their way. They just need to stop the momentum. Douglas ends up getting his own ball back. Little handball goes to the wrong player, but the tackle's good there by Greg. And they'll ball it up right in the paint at 50.
An important centre clearance. I called on Greg and Douglas, and they combined it there to get the clearance.
Can they do it again? Boyd does win the ruck work, but it comes toward Motlop. Was that a throw? Crowd thought it was. And again, holding the ball this time. I wouldn't say the umpire's about to give it some time, but he gave it a lot more. Saywell with a good tackle on Kula. Got some options. Could have gone to the pocket, opts not to. He just goes high to the goal square. Plenty fly, but just one could take it, and it was the ruckman in Hanneth.
Yeah, I think the Norwood ruckman just swapped over there. I think Boy went to the bench and Binder came on, which meant that Binder couldn't get down to stop Hanneth on that occasion.
Martini had an okay game so far today. We'll be hoping it doesn't come down that end too much more in this game. Proud, who's been brilliant at fullback so far for Glenelg, plays on. Under a bit of pressure from Shenton, gets the kick away. It's not great. Collins was there. Safety of the boundary line, though, means Glenelg will get themselves a stop. Oh, in fact, of course, it's a last touch, so it will be Norwood's footy.
Interesting. I thought Collins swallowed that.
So did I.
That's a bit of a fresh area.
Must have been, and it's off the boot.
Yeah.
So Norwood do repel.
Another top spinner.
Oh, it's been happening all day. Lands in the lap of Motlop. Nelligan. He's tied up as well.
There's going to be a spark here for either side. Norwood need one really desperately.
Adolf loses it. Richards gets it. Rokar just bolts it around the body. Big kick, holding on. Umpire says yes. Play on advantage. Here we go. Lant gets a right boot kick, left boot kick rather, up toward the wing. Dropped by McKenzie. So did Bailey, and now Partington. Can he do some silky smooth skills to get themselves out of here? Lant under some pressure. Kicks toward Reynolds again. Doesn't waste any time. Boots toward goal. Pink to put him in front. You can't believe your eyes.
I'm not sure what's happened there with Lou Reynolds. He's definitely gone for goal. Hasn't hit it very well, and Pink once again probably just a little bit more alive, looking at the ball and takes a mark at the top of the goal square to put him in front. Unbelievable scenes.
They were down by 47. Glenelg now lead.
Gotta sweat it out. Let the pressure out. Push on. Come on. Mo, bring it on. Ion 4 Hydration. Powerade.
We spoke about who was going to be the spark, and for mine it was Dylan Lant off half-back. Had two important touches in that possession of play. He's a speedy player, and he got involved through the middle of the ground. He got Glenelg forward, and Reynolds, well, interesting decision to not go back and have the set shot. Instead he plays on and mungs it, to be honest. But it's gone to the top of the goal square, and Pink's kicked a goal, and they're in front.
Interesting to note, Matty Nunn, who at half-time had 17 touches, only has 24 now, so he's really stopped as well. He's gone cold, and he was the barometer for the Redlegs. Douglas will stand up. He gets another clearance, had the last one out of the guts, goes towards Shenton. Martini drops it. Here's a little hand pass out from Nelligan, dropped as well. And now Glenelg will repair. Little one from Newman just flies up, lands in the lap of Carroll, who works hard to get back to take that. Grigg now. Mark is taken. The Bays lead by 3. They've been down pretty much all game, bar the first point of the match. Fist from behind, goes out of bounds. Puaplo watches it roll over and down the race, just about.
Now, these are the situations that Norwood were so strong at in the first half. They were able to get the free player back and get these repeat stoppages, which for Glenelg makes it extremely nervous. And Snook just coming on the ground now, so I think Glenelg may be one down up there.
Tap down. Nunn, who we just spoke about, gets it across face. Shenton chases after it. He'll have to try and scrap away off Curran. Max Proud just bolts through. Nunn under the bottom of it again. And another ball up likely here in the pocket. 13 and a half minutes played. 9-11 plays 10-8. It's been a resurgence of massive proportions by the Bays. Little handball chain, falls to ground. Douglas supplied a little, don't argue. Umpire says he'll ball it up. He wasn't taking on the player at all.
Yeah, the Cooper's Hill there, the members are always very vocal.
So down it comes again. Who wins this? Brought to ground is Hamilton. Good tackle applied. And yet again, a ball up, about 30 out from goal. Ball goes up quickly. Didn't waste any time. Motlop is tied up with it, so just about everyone in this half of the ground and almost everyone inside 50. I want to lock it in. Pink, little kick off the ground. Handball from Saywell, just a grubber toward Bradley. He's caught, but he gets the kick off. Bounces over the top. Other way here. Saywell kicks back in board. Mark's taken. None of all players has got the footy at 50 out from goal.
Yeah, that's the importance of Norwood being able to have 2 or 3 players behind the ball there. They didn't all get sucked into the stoppage. They own the back, they own the front and the back of the quick kick that was coming out, and a quick kick to the man who absolutely lit this first half up, Matty Nunn. A big moment here, to say the least.
He's kicked 2 goals, but 3 behind, so he's going to take his best kick. Big long one sent toward goal. It's just sprayed. It's now 2 goals, 4 for none. But most importantly, brings the margin back within a couple. Outboard kick. Flying higher was Curran, couldn't hold on to it. Ball rolls toward the boundary line. Bailey sees it over.
It's a big moment there for Norwood. Glenelg cut the outnumber on that outer side. For them to take a mark and then get more field position would have been huge. So a big moment, which was the boundary throw-in.
Sun comes back out again here. It's been a little overcast for the last quarter. Gerloff brought to ground. Umpire said play on. None had it. So did Douglas. And now Turner with a little handball out the back toward Bailey. His head was in trouble. And now he's tied up once more. Umpire says ball up. 66 plays 68.
The Glenelg fans aren't happy. I think they thought that Bailey was taken high there on that outer side.
Grigg found a way to get rid of that. Pink's now got it, who did the ruck work before. A little fist away from Reynolds, who's kicked a goal in the last little while. He's been a big player in this second half. 2 goals for Reynolds.
These repeat stoppages we want. What Glenelg want at this stage, just keep grinding teams down, like I said, throughout the day.
Caught in it there, Partington. Turner rather. Snook, who's been brilliant. Can't be brilliant all the time, but he's caught high. Almost got out of the tackle, but he was brought down quickly, but not legally, by Binder. Now the kick inboard. Looks toward another Allen, I think it was. Comes to right on the grass. Saywell nudges it out toward Grigg. Plenty of players chasing after this one. It's still on the ground in dispute. Curran, he's brought down too. So many players around the footy. It makes it hard to communicate and get it out with a bit of freedom. 17 and a half minutes gone in this final quarter. Almost into red time. And the Bays are in front. If you switched off at half time, you won't believe what you're seeing.
Yeah, it's so intense around the ball. Obviously, Glenelg undefeated this year. They want to keep that record up.
1 goal, 3 to 8 goals in this second half. Glenelg have been incredible. Mark just goes down from Reynolds. Bauer, Saywell, and now Grigg on the half-back line. Connect toward the wing. Pushed out. Shenton working hard to try and win it. Binder, good handball. And now Gerloff, couple of steps and then bombs it inside 50. He's got Hamilton there running after his land, but it's going to roll out. Glenelg will take a freebie.
Yeah, big contest on the wing to be able to get that ball from coast to coast. Now they've got some good field position to Norwood. It's now about them getting up and being able to lock this ball in.
Well, just Glenelg switch it up here. Lant won't choose to do that. He just goes back to where it came from. There's plenty of players over there. Curran was under it. Big fist from Boyd.
Yeah, really well done there from Boyd. Had to keep that ball in front, being the big man. Could have potentially marked it, but a safe option to get a boundary throw in their front half.
Time for all the big men to stand up. Boyd and Hanneth, the number 1 rucks today, go at it. Comes to ground, Rokar not kicking in danger. Play on. Gerloff, stripped of it. Handball from Curran to Virgin, who's wrapped up hard. Play on's a call. No, pushing the back. Glenelg get one.
Binder is tackling very hard. He's given away a couple of free kicks in the last few moments. His intensity can't be doubted, but maybe just a little bit of method for the young man on debut.
So Virgin now goes out toward the wing. Reynolds is front and centre. He couldn't quite hold on to that. And just dribbles out of bounds. 19 and a half minutes eclipsed in this final term. It's a 2-point lead to the visiting Glenelg, who were down by 47 early in the third quarter. Tap from Hanneth. Goes to absolutely nobody, but Gerloff tries to chase after and get a handball off. Just did. Only just, though. Douglas and Rokar see it over. Another boundary throw-in.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Hanneth, being an experienced player, he wants to get the ball close to that boundary line. The more of these repeat stoppages, obviously, the more time goes up the clock. For Norwood, they want to try to get it into the middle of the ground so they can spit it out and get it inside 50.
Douglas has it, just chucks it on the right boot. Shallow inside 50, lands in the hands. It is Binder.
Yeah, and he's gone back too. He hasn't looked up just yet. He must back himself in from this sort of range. Normally coaches aren't too happy with that. He's put the head down, but Must be very confident.
Well, this will be a huge kick. It's his first league game. And if he can put Norwood in front, it'll be no bigger play for him.
He has had a good day. He's battled really hard. Obviously, very physical player. Should be proud of his efforts on debut.
Kicking from outside 50. Kick is not great. Comes off the contest, and Glenelg will try and get away, but here's Hamilton. He's got some space and a few numbers to help him from the pocket. Kicks toward goal. It goes across the face. Misses a chance to put them ahead, and Curran's marked in defensive pocket. Kicks away quickly. Wastes no time. Misses a couple of targets. Talia was in there, but McBean's also on it. And he stays on it. Umpire crosses himself as we enter red time. 21 minutes eclipsed. Still Glenelg by 2.
No shock that Curran takes the mark. Always seems to be in the right place at the right time. He's a great defender.
One of the best markers in the comp. He has so many to his name this season. Once more, the footy ain't going anywhere on the wing. It's 1 goal 3 for Norwood this half. To 8 goals rather. 8 goals 6 for Glenelg. Been one heck of a half. After being down by so much. Not too many people would expect them to do this. Turner found a way to get that out. Snook, who had a great start to this term, goes out of bounds on the full with that kick. So, not a whole lot of time left now for Norwood. They're going to have to get their skates on. Big fly, missing out again. Tranfer gets it deep inside 50. It will bounce. Could it bounce? Well, Shenton caught right in the goal square. Agnew is jumped on apparently, and a ball up to be had in the goal square. This is a big play, Jaron.
Yeah, that was some desperate defence there from the Glenelg defenders.
Shot at goal! Not quite. Ends up in the hands of Hanneth, and he clears it away. Jeez, it was smothered on the line. Reynolds kicks away. McKenzie has it. Tries to straighten it up, does well. Finds Bauer. The clock is ticking. And Norwood are just getting so close. Glenelg haven't hit an inside 50 for a while. Big ball to the pocket. Massive mark. Sam Durden with a huge mark.
Oh, that is a massive mark in a big pack. He stood up and juked it. That is huge. He'll go long and wide here, I reckon.
Does exactly that. Yates, handball over. Boyd just slammed it. And now wrapped under the contest, asking for a free kick. Umpire's going to say holding the ball. There's some theatre in this. Boyd with the free kick. Who can he spot up? This is such a crucial kick late in the fourth quarter. To the top of the square. Running in behind it with plenty of numbers for Glenelg. Going after it. The umpires have asked the question. Norwood have got it. No, ask the question. It's touched. It brings it to 1 point. Not quite sure whose boot that came off.
And I think it might have been Gerloff's. I'm not sure entirely, but gee, the crowd went up down that end. All the players, they looked like it. They thought it was a goal.
An absolute grandstand finish. Out toward the flank finds Pink. And again, a mark to slow play up. Glenelg haven't had a mark at this part of the ground for a little while now, so they can move it to their half. Pink, far kick on the wing. Knocked over by Collins. We'll have another ball in. 24 and a half minutes played.
Yeah, this is intense. I'm not sure how long there is left. This is a massive, massive clearance to say the least.
Could it all come down to this? Boyd to ground, finds none. He's been massive today. Big kick, big mark, Durden again. Just standing up in these big moments.
Yeah, that is his second mark in the last couple of moments. Huge in this game. Another long wide kick on the agenda here, I think.
Exactly the case. Just trying to get ground advantage. Toby Pink has had some huge moments in that game, but this could be the biggest. He put them in front moments ago, and now to put it inside their half and maybe lock it in. Big kick toward the flank. Ball comes to ground. Douglas spins around and takes it back the other way. Under it, plenty of numbers. Tranfer's there. Pink was there. Falls to ground. And now Richards is wrapped up. Umpire says holding the ball. Glenelg with possession here. 25 and a half minutes.
Yeah, the Glenelg runner, Daniel Bubris, is saying there's 1 minute to go. He's saying 1 minute to everyone. That means there's probably less than that now.
So the big ball inside 50 to pretty much cream it. Big fist out of bounds from Collins.
Oh, he could have potentially gone for the mark there. A spoil. It was disciplined play, but a mark and a rebound would have been massive. Now Glenelg can set up behind this ball.
So Hanneth and Boyd in the ruck again. Hanneth got the hand to it, and now fists it forward for ground advantage. Last roll of the dice for Norwood. Hurd at full back. Free kick. Ball has stopped. Siren has gone. Glenelg come back from absolutely nowhere. A win for the ages, and they go 9-0. Defying all the odds. The Tigers 10-8-68 after being 47 points down. Beat Norwood 9-13-67